So this was our trailer. We put some Reflectix. It's like a insulation or something. During the summertime, it was really hot. So I built this frame with 2x4s. And then I just rolled on this material. It's called Reflectix. It keeps the cold in and the heat out, or the heat out and the cold in, whichever. So we put this on all the windows, and I put this on the roof because it just got so hot in the summer. It was literally 20 degrees cooler with this on the roof here. So I'm taking it down now because it's already starting to cool down. But I left a little air gap. I don't know if you can see in between. So the air gap is about the size of a 2x4. I guess you can make some adjustments to it if you have a better idea or better structure. I think ideally I would have had to put, see these 2x4s going across, all the way across evenly. So how I have it is it's zigzagged. So one up, and then it goes down, and then up, and then down. I think the better route would have been to have them all equal instead of having to go up and down. So just more slats across. But this worked really, really well. And it was really easy to do. So this is, they're 4 feet wide, and then it comes in like a 25-foot or 30-foot length of piece. So I just put 2 of them. And then they have this tape, this reflective tape, or like kind of like duct tape you can use for the seals. It worked great. I'm out here in the desert. It gets real windy out here, and it held up fine. So I put the screws with the washers on there just to prevent it from gripping. And I also threw these on top just as an extra thing to keep it from the wind from blowing it up and down, because it did do that. We get real high winds out here. But yeah, this worked really well. Cost me about $200. I already had the wood. Cost me about $200 in materials. And I also did the windows. I'll show you a little bit later. We'll get some footage of the windows, but I'll show you what this looks like after I take all the Reflectix back off. Stay tuned. This window, believe it or not, would get so hot. I had a thermometer, digital one. This one will get sometimes 134 to 140 degrees hot. So I had, you can see the Reflectix on the inside, which did work. It did work a lot better, but I took it down now. I also put Reflectix on the outside. So what happens is the glass retains heat. So it was like having like a giant heat rock here in the living room part. But so once I put it on the outside, it made a major difference. It went from like 130 to like 78, 79 degrees on the as far as the glass went on the inside. So the Reflectix, if you can, I use double-sided tape. I put the double-sided tape. You want to do it vertically. That's what's suggested, because it holds on a lot better. And then just cut it out to the size of the window. I took most of them off. I did the same thing with these windows. The sun didn't really hit these too much. Let's see what's on the inside. So yeah, this is what we had on the inside. This here, which was a great idea, but then I realized that on the outside, the glass was holding a lot of the heat too. So it was so much better of an idea. I just kept this up there, and I put the other one on the outside. But I would highly suggest, if you can, use double-sided UV outdoor 3M tape, put them on vertically, and put it on the outside of the window. That's the ticket. That's the best thing to do. Put it on the outside of the window. We did the same thing in the bedroom. So this did work for us for a while, just having this in here like this. But again, because the heat retains at the window, like this window is even hot right now. When this is on the outside, this window will be cold. But it was good enough for us. So just some little tips and tricks that we found out through trial and error. I hope that this was able to help you guys out, keep your home a little bit more comfortable, and maybe give you some ideas of what you might be able to do. I'll take one more. Dang, my license plate. I'll take one more video of it once I get all the 2x4s off. And yeah, that'll be it. Thank you guys. Here's an example of it here. So it's real easy. It rarely gets stripped. Doing this one-handed. Yeah, the main reason of me taking this off is because we're having to relocate the trailer far, so we're not gonna be able to drive with this on the freeway, obviously. But ideally, you could leave it on in the winter, because in the winter time it would keep the cold out and it would keep the heat in the same way it does for the sun and the heat it would do for the cold. So if I didn't have to move this, I would just keep it on here. And this stuff is UV resistant, it's weatherproof, waterproof. Should last a pretty long time, I would think. So it's focused on not losing the screws, and I misplaced the bit. So if anyone see what I did with that bit, please let me know. I don't have to go buy another one. I don't know if I threw it off into the dirt. The bird came and picked it up. Oh, maybe it's over here. Uh-huh. Got it. Good eye. Good eye. That's a close one. Let's go. So the wind, I don't know if you can see, blows from this way, this way. But otherwise I would have placed the framing a little bit differently. But if you can see, this is the front of the trailer. And I made it to where the wind, it would be like a tunnel. The wind would go underneath to come out the other end, so there wouldn't be like a blockage, or it wouldn't be less likely to be pulled off. Had the wind be coming from a different direction, I probably would have allowed it to where the wind would have came this way and put these slats like this, removing this one here. So about halfway done removing this. Just got to do the other side. That's it. Well, there you have it. That's the brand. So it's 25 feet by 4 feet, and they roll up quite nicely. So the good thing is that the cutouts that I made, cut out if I wanted to, when I get to where we're moving to, if I want to just roll them back out, they should just fall right back in. Should be kind of cool. I think I'm just going to leave these on top of the air conditioning units. I think they'll be fine. Hard hats. Bear. What's up, buddy? Where's Boo Boo at? So, here's what it looks like. And the places where I need to put 2x4s together, I just put one of these contraptions on there. Seemed to be pretty good. And I was worried about the weight. I think it might have been too much weight, but the 2x4s, they don't weigh that much. And you can't, I don't know if you can see, but the trailer has a slight arch to it, I guess probably for water or runoff. So these that are going across, they're pretty much level. So it worked out. It was like about a 2-inch buffer to the top of this. So it worked out pretty good. I was really happy with it. Again, same thing here. And with this, I just used the existing screws. These were already holding the cover to the air conditioner on. I just removed them and put them back on there. Yeah, so I'll leave links in the description for everything that I used out here. Oh, and I wanted to show you what I did with the windows. 1 second. Yeah, buddy. Like a champ. Oh no. Don't forget that. I want to run that over. Today actually happened to be one of the hotter days, and you can't tell from the video, but just the sun reflecting off this is so hot right now. Like I should probably put some sunblock on or something because it's, it's a lot. You can really feel the heat. So this stuff works great, really, really good. Just wanted to mention that I use these screws. I think they're called like a T19 or T20. And it helps. It's better than like the like a Phillips screw or something like that. It's less likely to get stripped, and it's a lot easier to catch when you're screwing screws in and unscrewing them back off. So I'm about halfway done here, removing the stuff, so you can kind of see what I did with the framing of these 2x4s. These pieces I put in the middle, and I initially had a screw going to them because this was flapping a lot. But then what ended up happening is I just kept on hearing that noise. So I eventually just took those off and I put those pieces across the top to prevent the Reflectix from wavering too much. I didn't want it to rip off. But yeah, you can kind of see what I did here. This is what the size of the piece comes in. Just cut out around. So I'll show you when it's all done. Like it never happened. Decided to take them off there anyways.